Yo, my peoples, what's up? Welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Jason here, and today I have a playthrough for Thunderbirds. This is based on the IP of a puppet show that was popular in the 1950s. I have no idea anything about this puppet show. Nothing. But what I do know is that it is a cooperative game for 2 to 4 players that was made by Matt Leacock and evokes a lot of pandemic type stuff. So that automatically has me interested. This one came out a couple of years ago. Has some expansions to it, which I'm not going to be playing with today. I'm just going to be playing with the basic game. Not sure how easy this game is to get, but I bet you could trade for it, purchase it if you like what you see in this playthrough. So we are going to be playing these heroes, and the heroes are going to be moving around vehicles. That's kind of the draw of the game. So I'm going to be kind of managing my vehicles, going to different areas, solving these crises before the hood, the bad guy, are able to execute their schemes. If I can solve enough of these and get to the last scheme and solve that one as well before the hood reaches the end of the track, then I will be victorious. Happy to bring you this playthrough, but before I do that, let me tell you about the One Stop Co-op Shop. You are on the YouTube channel. This has been the summer 2022 of me going back into my collection and checking out what has been featured on the channel. If it has not been featured, I put it on the channel. I want this channel to be filled with every cooperative game that we can possibly find. So if you support us in this endeavor, the best thing you can do, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, the YouTube stream channel, where we'll have live plays and you're able to interact with Peter and Steve and whoever is manning that channel at the time. We have our podcast twice per week, lots of discussions about gaming, about co-op gaming, solo gaming, game analysis. We have over 300 episodes at this point, so we'd be very excited if you could hop over, subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Also, we have our Discord. Please, if you want to join our absolutely lovely community, we have the link in the show notes of this very episode. Free to join. We also welcome Patreon contributions. So if you are able to, a little bit of contribution per month helps us keep the games coming, new games, old games, all sorts of different content. You also get exclusives if you want to be a part of our Patreon, but please do not feel any pressure to do so. You can join our Discord. It's completely free. We would love to have you. This is the One Stop Co-op Shop, your one stop for cooperative and solo gaming goodness. Most of these style of cooperative games give you that tension between the long-term thing you need to do in order to beat the entire game and those short-term crises that are getting in the way. In terms of the long-term, what you do to win, you have to make it all the way to this third scheme and beat it. Along the way, there is going to be scheme number 2 and scheme number 1. So I have to collect certain tokens and be in Australia in order to complete and foil the villain scheme over there. So that's something I have to consider in the long-term planning of the game. And here are the short-term crises that are going to plague me as I play this game. So this is Operation Crash Dive as an example. This is going to be the first one that I tried to solve. It tells you the zone. It tells you the type of mission it is. It tells you some things that you can do in order to get bonuses. You really need bonuses because they're going to be rolling dice. There's 2 dice that you roll, and you have to beat this number. So clearly, if I want to roll just 2 dice and beat that, that's not going to go too well for me, but I can make this stuff happen and get bonuses. If I win, I'm going to get these tokens. These tokens allow me to progress the game. There are 5 types of tokens. They do different things. I'll show you that as we get into the playthrough. You'll recognize this because I need 2 of these in order to solve the long-term scheme. So that's the essence of the game. Do your disasters, get tokens, exchange until you get the right tokens to solve that scheme and progress the victory condition. All right, so let's get into the playthrough. I'm going to do a 2-player, and I have chosen 2 characters. I am Gordon, and I am John Tracy, the crime-fighting family. So then I'm going to start with Gordon. They have a couple of powers, and usually the characters are going to be good at solving certain kinds of crises on different terrains. In this particular case, Gordon is good at sea rescues. And also they get a benefit where they're on their own ship. So that's the essence of the game, is to try to coordinate these benefits, try to get them on the right ships at the right time. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the special power. Theirs is to get a lightning bolt token. Every token has a use, but they can also be discarded to complete disasters and schemes. This particular type of token, you can get an extra action. I'm just holding on to that one for now. We'll see if I need that in a little bit. My second action is I am going to change vehicles. So the changing vehicles is actually an operation that I can do for free. So now I am in the blue plane. The reason I did that is because it goes faster. And I can now move 3. So for my second action, I can go 1, 2. And I'm just going to land in the North Atlantic. So that is my second action. All right, so here I'm at North America, and I need to try to solve this Operation Crash Dive. So I'm at sea, so Gordon is going to get their bonus. Thunderbird is a present, a Thunderbird 1, so I get a bonus of +2. I need to roll a 4 on these die. This goes 1 to 5, and the hood. So the hood is no good. If I roll that, see what I get. Easy. 8 plus the bonuses. I have completed Operation Crash Dive. As a reward, I get these 2 tokens. Gordon will acquire those tokens. They are not able to be traded unless there is an effect that specifically says so. But for now, Gordon is going to hold on to those 2. So I move every card 1, and I get a new disaster. Let's say I had completed this one. This would still move down like that. You maintain gaps. That's very important, because if one card, any card, were to reach the end of the track, which is space number 8, I would lose immediately. So I really have to manage these disasters. But that's the way that it shook out for this turn. And the next is Bolt from the Blue and Air Rescue. It is John Tracy's turn. They're in geostationary orbit without much to do up there. So what we're going to do is we are going to change, because this vehicle cannot move. They are in orbit. So we're going to change to this rocket ship over here, and we're going to move along the path down to the South Pacific for 1. I am going to change vehicles, and now I am in Gordon's car. Hi, Gordon. And move here for 2. This way I can have Gordon or have the other character come back, and we could swap around. It's really cool how you can just kind of like swap around vehicles, make sure people are in the right space. All right, so we're going to try this, but with 0 bonuses. He has nothing else to do. Everything else is harder. And we don't have any bonuses because I would need the excavator in order to have the bonus. The excavator is here somewhere. So one of these machines starts built. You have to turn in a green token in order to build these machines. They add bonuses to be able to help you solve the disasters. But I have nothing to do, so I may as well. Let's give it a try. All right, that's pathetic. So we're just probably going to keep on trying that one and see what happens. But at least I got the vehicle over here. Let's move these down. Watch, there's going to be a space disaster that comes up. No, not a space disaster. Another land one. 11. Good Lord. And I have to get busy making these things. So the one way to slow these disasters down is to get a character, preferably John Tracy, back up to the geostationary orbit for an action. They can kind of move things back. It delays things, hopefully long enough to where you can get some things built. But I feel like I'm kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit early here. It's back to Gordon's turn. They are going to do so. They're going to take the green token, and then they are going to activate the excavator. Turn it over, and then it stays on Tracy Island right there. So I don't have to be on Tracy Island in order to construct one of these things, but I do have to get it to the spot in order to be able to make it happen. So we are going to move back here for 1, and then we are going to swap some stuff around. Let's go ahead and get in here and bring the excavator in this neat little transport ship over to North America for 2 actions, and let's go ahead and give it a roll. So now I have the +3 bonus for Martian invasion. That should be much easier. There we go. That's great. And also, John Tracy's power is to ignore 1 hood result for each rescue roll made by any player from on Thunderbird 5. I am not on Thunderbird 5. That would be the space station, so the hood advances 1. But Gordon was able to complete this, and they get 1 plus 2 token right there. The game function of this is to add 2 to any roll, but I need 2 of these in order to complete the scheme up there. So I'm going to have to hold off on that and get the scheme done. I am barely staying ahead of these disasters. Oh, wait a minute. The hood advances. Let's walk that one back.
It's working even better than I dared hope it would.
The hood advances 1 more space, and they trigger an event. These are always bad for the good guys. Emergency comms interrupted. Immediately draw 1 disaster card and resolve as usual. Boo! So they basically kept the deck going anyway. And we have an air rescue trapped in the sky. All right, it is John Tracy's turn, the white player. So what I've done is I've done a little bit of a switcheroo, get the yellow player back on their vehicle so they can draw those sweet tokens. This has a move of 2, so we are going to move to Australia. In Australia, we're going to take care of this rockquake over here with the excavator and Virgil. Virgil is sitting there at the helm of the green ship. I have plus 4 total, so I have to roll a 6 on these die. I nailed it exactly. 4 plus 2 is 6. I'd only have to meet the requirement right there. And I get a one of these tokens and a token of my choice. I am going to grab this one, which is a reroll at any time this character completes one. And let's go ahead and get that second token that I need for the scheme. I'm not going to use my third action for the turn. I got nothing to use, and I want to meet Gordon over there in order to complete the first scheme. So let's just go to the disaster. Hood advances. I really got to stop advancing these cards because there's a bunch of these.
They cannot stop me now!
No, sir. For that particular card, I cannot. Let's go ahead and move Gordon. They're in the slow situation, but that's okay. So we get to 2, and it is not an action to foil a scheme. I discard 2 of these tokens. As long as both characters are on the space that have the tokens, that is perfectly fine. When you complete a scheme, you get to draw one of these FAB cards. You can also draw FAB cards by turning in these tokens. And that's a free action on a turn. You can draw an FAB card just as a free action, but you'd advance the hood figure. I'm not in the mood to do that. But I was able to get an FAB token just from solving the scheme. See what I get. Experimental fuel. Move the orange vehicle to any region in outer space. And so this will give me a little bit of a one-shot bonus. Think of it like the events in Pandemic. And for my third action, let me go ahead and load up on these tokens while I can. This time, I'm going to pull the disaster card first. All right, so it is Signal from Sigma. Oh, a space mission. That's nice. And John is headed up there right now. If I can get this transmitter truck built, probably not going to happen, but I think I can manage to get John in place at least to take care of that disaster. All right, John, time to get back in space where you belong. So we're going to move 1. And we have to complete moves in order to do the operations action, which is switching the vehicles. So I couldn't switch the vehicles and then keep on with my movement. That has to happen between moves. So let's go ahead and put you in the orange rocket ship. And use experimental fuel, move the orange rocket ship to any region in outer space. I'm actually really glad I got that FAB card. It saved me a lot of actions. And I'm going to try the signal from Sigma. John is there, so I get a +1. That's terrible. And there's no way in heck I could have built that transmitter truck. But let's go ahead and give it a shot. I have 2 rolls. And I also, John has a reroll. So if I need to, I can just do that. All right, let's give it a shot right there. That is a 7. My +1 is 8. I have completed the signal from Sigma, and I get a wild. The wild is going to be one of these because I have a feeling I'm going to need some more constructed things. That was their second action. Let's go ahead and move right there and get you back to where you belong so that your power kicks in again and we can start ignoring the hood progress when I roll it. The next disaster, the Mighty Atom, another land one. Getting these specializations that are not matching up with what I got. So we're going ahead and move right here and get the Mighty Atom played over there. All right, it's back to Gordon. I should have revealed this when I solved the first scheme. The second scheme gets revealed. Fire from the Sea. I need to bring 2 reroll tokens to the South Atlantic, and in South America, there need to be the Firefly and the Thunderizer. Neither of these vehicles are useful to me right now, so that's kind of a bummer, but what are you going to do? So, Gordon, because I really need green tokens, I want to see if I can use this to get an FAB and see if the FAB helps me. All right, Tracy Brothers Portraits. Any single player may swap up to 3 of their bonus tokens for the same number of different bonus tokens from a supply. Yes! Heck yeah. I was going to use another action to do the FAB, but I didn't get something like that. There's a couple of those in the deck. All right. So we're going to use an action. We're going to get another one of these Thunder tokens. We are going to exchange all 3 of them for 2 tokens. These green tokens, which I'm going to cash in immediately for the vehicles that I need. The Firefly and the Thunderizer, they are now active in the South Pacific. And the third token is going to be a +2 to try to solve some crimes. So that was one action. My second action is going to be to go over here and operationalize. Operation successful. We have loaded up this plane for Bear, because I want to equip myself to do Pit of Peril, which requires the Mole and the Scott, at least for bonuses. And let's see what I can do with that. Not going to make it there this turn, but I will make it there next turn. We are getting dangerously close to that 8. Don't like the look of that. Here we go. The Cham Cham. So I love the fact that I have characters that give me bonuses for sea and space, and yet all of my missions are land and air. That is not going to work at all. Sorry about that bit of an action retcon. I did not go to the Indian Ocean. I went to Australia. I'll show you exactly why. Here comes John, who is going to come down in the orange ship and pilot the blue. For the second action, they are going to go to the Indian Ocean. Reason being that I need to be there with John and also Gordon if they are in Australia. Well, give me the bonus. What a weird precondition. But whatever. We'll just do whatever the game says. I have to roll a 4 now. In order to hit my 8, I hit at 6. With my bonuses, I'm able to complete this mission. The reward is any. I just need to have reroll tokens for the second scheme. Way to go, John. The pace of disasters is kind of relentless, though. I'm still not in the best of shape over here. Another land one. Are you kidding me? I shuffled that thing. I swear to whoever. End of the road. I need to manipulate some stuff. I get some tokens. Y'all know the drill by now. All right, we are headed to Africa to complete the Pit of Peril. Pit of Peril is an 11, but I have the Mole and I have the Scout, which brings me down to 7, and I also have a +2 token, which I took specifically for this mission. We got 8. I don't need it. Oh, baby. I'm able to complete the Pit of Peril, and I get a yellow token and one of my choosing. Let's get a yellow token and a blue, which I'm immediately going to trade in for a fab card. These have been fab. A single player may give 2 of their bonus tokens to one other player. That will work out for me. Let's move those along. Another disaster. About time a sea disaster. For crying out loud. We have more stuff to do. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and complete a scheme. Changed up my strategy because of the fab card that I got. So let's check this out. We are going to go here for 1. We're going to do an operation and get those rearranged. We're going to play the walkie-talkies to trade the tokens around and give the tokens to Gordon. Gordon is going to be here in the South Pacific. The Fire from the Sea says that someone with those tokens has to discard them when the plane goes to South America with the devices. So we are going to go 2 And we are going to do some more switcheroo and bring those tokens to here for 3. And as a free action, we get to discard this next theme, Fire from the Sea, and we get a Fab card for our troubles. The Fab card is Help Me Brahmin. The current player may take 2 additional actions this turn. I could always use some extra actions. The final scheme of the game is Layer of the Hood. I have to collect 4 tokens. Ugh! And 2 green tokens, so no more vehicles, just token harvesting. So that was clever, but I may pay for that because this one is about to enter no man's land. Or unless I get a, whatchamacallit, the Hood Moves card. No, that is not a Hood Moves card. Salt Bed Splashdown. So this is a special card that is, you don't actually, discard tokens to do it. You just have to have the prerequisite. So the prerequisite here is I have to have the Fab car, the blue, and the green in South America at the same time. So despite what I want from this game, we're going to have to move these cards. And look at my doom. All right, Trapped in the Sky it is. I'm going to move over here for 1. For 2, we are going to attempt it. We have the Fab and the Thunderbird in the space, so I get +4, but it is 11. I am attempting it with Gordon, who has that leftover +2 buff. So let's see what happens. This is my second action of the turn. Oh boy, that is horrendous. Good thing I have multiple actions. And also a good thing I've kept very well ahead of the hood this game. So the event, Pod Hydraulic Sabotage. Thunderbird 2 may not load or unload Fab 1 or Thunderbird 4 until a character in its space discards this. Ugh, okay. So that means that the green cannot carry any vehicle. They can carry the contraptions that I'm building, but I can't carry a vehicle until I discard this thing. But that's okay. That was a total disaster, but try again. All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the bonuses. I will discard this token, mostly because if I don't discard it, I'll lose. The hood advances 1. I'm not too worried about that. But I do get Trapped in the Sky, and I do get some tokens. Let's get a reroll token and a transponder. I have to keep this because I need 4 of them in order to complete the mission. This is not looking good for your heroes. Oh, wait a minute. I keep on doing that. The hood advances. I keep on forgetting that they are 1 away from another event. Don't have to worry too much about the triggering the scheme. I don't know if I explained this, but if they do trigger the scheme before I do, then that's another lose condition. That is not how I'll lose. If I lose, it will be to the disasters. Time for the white player, John. They're going to do the wrap, move 2 spaces to go to the North Atlantic, or actually to go to Europe right here. North Atlantic's here. I'm in Europe. Big Happy Family is going to attempt the Cham Cham in Europe. I have Lady Penelope there for 2. It is 7, so I need to roll a 5. I got a 5 on 1 die, so I'm able to complete the Cham Cham, which gets me a reroll token right there. Remember, I have this card, the Pod Hydraulic Sabotage, so unfortunately, they are going to make me discard this very valuable green token. That's a part of the final scheme, so definitely setting myself back there. But I kind of have to do it because I want to load this vehicle and end up in Asia for the next disaster. Okay, so let's move these down. Next disaster is another air disaster. Come on now. Edge of Impact. I have a Thunderizer. At least I have that. Wait a minute. I'm only a few away from death over here. I got to solve this one quick. So let's go take Lady Penelope to Africa instead. All right, let's skedaddle. Go down to the South Pacific. We're going to do action or operations action to get... nice. I'm in my proper car finally. This is 2, and we are going to do Attack of the Alligators. So I have my Thunderbird there, which is +3. And finally, I get to take advantage of my specialization, which is another +3, so 6. Let's hope I get this in 1 roll. My entire game depends on it. Ooh, Whew, that is nasty, but we are going to use our reroll token to get rid of that one. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so Gordon earns another one of these because of the wild and a +2 token, which I have a feeling I'm going to be using very, very soon, if not right now, because we are going to use his extra action token and this event card, the Fab card that I got, to do 2 additional actions. So we're going to go with a slow little boat. 1, 2, and we are going to go for the Mighty Atom. So I have the Thunderbird and I have Lady Penelope. So that is 5. I only need a 5. I have no rerolls, but I do have my +2 token. Let's see what I can do. Yes! You have no idea how long I've been off camera trying to plot that out using all my extra actions. Good grief. All right, so we get my token, which is going to progress the endgame condition, and also this token as well. As a reminder, that is the scheme. I need to be in Africa, discard these 4. Be on Venus, discard these 2. I am well on my way. Now I am, at least. I feel a little bit better about this, but that was because of a big Nova turn. That is not going to happen every turn. Space, about time, and one that benefits John. Thank goodness. It is John's turn. They are not where they want to be. So what we're going to do is we are going to use that get a Fab card action, try to create some options for me, but that does advance. The Fab card that I get are Jeff's orders. Move these to any, or one of them to any space on Earth. I could work with that. But first, the event. The event is Explosion on Tracy Island. Put 1 pod vehicle from Tracy Island back on the Brains network. That's actually pretty good. This excavator isn't doing anything for me. You are back in the brain. All right, so this Fab card let me execute a stall tactic. I don't know if it's super going to help me, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to use it, and I'm going to move the green with the pink to... actually, no, we're going to move to South America first with a move, and we're going to use the Fab card on this plane, which I normally cannot pilot. These 3 vehicles are in the same spot in South America, so I have completed the salt bed splashdown. So then I am going to take a reroll token for John. He has 2 of them. John just doesn't know what to do with himself while he is in the Earth, so he is going to go spend 2 actions. 1, 2, go back into space and end up in his geopod so that I get his power to negate movement by the hood. Finally. Okay, gotta mind this end of the road and check out, yay, Terra New York City, a sea action. Oh, New York City is my place. Why am I cheering? Because it's a sea action, I could do it a little bit better. All right, Gordon is on his 1 little putterer. Doesn't have too many options, so they're going to do the same thing. They're going to get a Fab card. I gave myself that room, so the hood figure is advancing, not really going to affect me. So let's go ahead and use personal hoverjet. Add +3 to any land rescue. Okay, that is going to work. I will immediately use that because the end of the road is nigh. And I don't have any hope of getting these where I am, but at least I can get the +3 for this area, Asia, and I have a +2 token. So I just need to roll a 4, and I'll be able to complete this. That is not a 4. Oops. But I do have 1 more action. Let's go ahead and try that again. That is a 5. And so with that is 8. The number I need to meet is 9. So let's go ahead and get rid of that +2 token and whoo! Finish off the end of the road for that +2 token back and a reroll token. He's still kind of in the middle of nowhere, but he will take it at that point. We have a space mission. About time. Fantastic. So finally, we got through enough of the deck so that Alan can really, or John Tracy can really start to shine. All right, I have done the switcheroo again to get the requisite characters on the ship. And then we're going to move to Venus, and we're going to use this. So I have John is there, Alan is there, and I have a +2 from John's special ability. So I need to roll a 2. Oh, I almost tempted fate there, but I was able to complete the Venus mission. Now, I realized that this scheme needs two characters to be in two separate places with the requisite tokens. So now I need to start building up John Tracy's green token pool. They need one more. They are going to go back in geostationary orbit to guard against unnatural movements of the hood bot. See if I get such unnatural movements. Nope. Starting to get the requisite cards for my characters. About time. So Desperate Intruder, an 8. And I noticed that they're easier too. Wow. I really took a punch over there, but feeling a lot better about this game. Let's go ahead and move with Gordon to North America. They see the sea adventure, and also there is a Thunderbird in play. All right, let's give it our best shot. Let's save New York. Good. Not worth re-rolling this because this is so low. So I'm just going to eat it. I'm not going to advance the hood because John Tracy is finally in the orbital station. So I'm just not going to complete that this turn. But next turn, I'll have plenty of resources for it. Let's go ahead and look at the next disaster. The next disaster, another sea disaster, this time in Europe. These are probably not going to get done. I am getting down to the end game. I just need to hold on long enough to get enough tokens. All right, so here is the game. I need to get these two. If I get the tokens off of these two and I reposition, then I win the game. So I have this many turns, like 4 or 5 turns left. So what I'm going to do is buy myself some time. I haven't done this action yet, this game, but it is available because I'm in the space station. Move this one back. That is scan to buy myself some extra time. So let's go ahead and go down for an action, for a second action with Alan. Alan is going to come with Daddy, and we are going to fill this one up. And we are going to move for 3 and put the tenderizer in there for 3. What does that do? It gives me the ability to get both of the pluses off of this one, so I have a better chance of doing it next turn. I may have said tenderizer. I've said thunderizer. Who knows? I've been thinking tenderizer the whole time. Why do I keep doing that to myself? The hood advances.
This time you will fail.
I don't know, maybe. However, I've bought myself plenty of time. All right, so now I am going to go for North America. And I could try to fetch Virgil, but that would cost me 2 actions. If I just stay here and roll enough, then I might just get it off of the dice. So that is 6. I have +3 for Sea Adventures and +2 because the Thunderbird is in there. On the first roll, I get it. So we have Terror in New York City. We are going to get a +2 token and the last radio token that I need. And even with my slow little boat, the North Atlantic wraps to Africa, which is exactly where this character needs to be in order to fulfill that particular mission. Let's remember to pull from the deck this time. Towering Ocean. Don't care. There's only one card that matters now, the Edge of Impact. All right, so the board wraps. Let's go to Europe. The score is 8. I am at a +5 because of what I have set up, so I only need a 3. Yuck. So the hood moves forward 1, but I'm going to try again for my last action of the turn. Oh my gosh. So I did get it, but the hood moves forward again. Very, very close to ultimate victory and defeat. UNSN Sentinel Missile Strike. Thunderbird 2 has a top speed of 1 until the character in its space discards that. Ugh. That could really hurt me. Oh no. That is devastating because that's the token I need in order to complete the mission. So I have 2, and the speed is 1 right now. I'm going to have to do something about that. All right, so I have the tokens that I need. I just need this disaster deck to behave just a little bit. But Gordon is right next door. They're going to go to the North Atlantic and probably save the game by discarding this token and fixing the green ship. Wow, that thing has been ratchet at this game. We're going to move down, and just for the giggles, we're going to beat this. We're at C. We have the Thunderbirds. We're going to be at a +5 to beat 8. This might not be the best thing to do because it could advance the hood. Actually, if I roll 2 of these, it will advance the HUD to the layer and the game is over. So let's not do that. Instead, let's just grab another token just in case I need it. Oh, and a card could advance the HUD, so that would have been a really, really bad thing to do. But instead, we just got another card for the disaster row. I really did almost cost myself the game doing stupid stuff. Instead, we're going to go 1, 2. Let's go ahead and load up this rocket ship right here. And we're going to go 3 to Venus. Gordon Tracy has 4 of these. They are going to discard it in Africa. John Tracy has 2 of these, going to discard it in Venus. Despite the best efforts of the game, I have won. What a thrilling final turn, final victory in this game. I really felt like I was going to lose badly, but I was able to, with the fab cards and the some of the rolls and the re-rolls, and it's just so much here. It is definitely pandemic. You can definitely feel the guts of it, but it's a different creature. It offers something unique, so that I'm going to keep it in my collection just because of the vehicles and the token exchange. A really, really solid package. Maybe at some point, if I get enough positive comments, I'll do another playthrough with all 3 expansions. So I'll leave that for another time. For now, this is Jason with the One Stop Co-op Shop, reminding you that we will see you at the next stop.